I was just looking at this situation again with the ULEZ zone in London, ultra low emission zone. You know, that one that leaves a seaside boy like me with a horribly metallic taste in their mouth every time they go into London. Well, of course, they want to expand it to the entire London area, which includes a lot of the outer areas which you wouldn't even consider putting it in. And of course, it has caused absolute uproar. Well, today I was reading of the actual cost involved in all of this to drivers who don't meet the requirements, and it's shocking. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing all right. I'm not too bad. Not too bad. Listen, this ULEZ charge is a joke, in my opinion. I've driven in London so many times by nature of my job, and every time I drive in there and see one of those blessed ULEZ signs, I just think, what's the point? Is this actually clearing the air in the city? Somebody, if you're a Londoner watching this, tell me, is it clearing the air in the city? Or is it a license to print money? I get the whole thing about atmospheric pollution and everything else. Fair enough. So, stuff has to be done about it, but charging motorists to actually go in and carry out their business in the first place is shocking to me. It always has been. And it's £12.50 a day, and if you have to go in there, you've got to pay it. If you miss it, you could end up with a £160 fine, and if you pay that within, I think it's 14 days, it halves, but 80 quid or 160 quid if you miss it is a hell of a lot in anybody's book in this day and age. Now, what he's talking about doing is expanding it to the whole of London. Now, there's places like the North Downs where, they're considered parts of the, outskirts of London, really, on the Kent border. They've got country lanes, fresh air. Do you need to put the ULEZ charge in there? People will drive off their driveways just minding their own business, and all of a sudden they've got to pay £12.50. Has that been thought about? And the other thing as well, there are an awful lot of tradesmen and vans that go in and out of London on a daily basis. And at the moment, they reckon there's something like 30,000 non-compliant vehicles that go in and out. Now, to be compliant to avoid that ULEZ charge, you've got to be Euro 6 compliant. Your actual car has to be to skip it. Otherwise, you've got to pay it. And there isn't the cars, there isn't the vans available, or the funds, no doubt, to replace everything to avoid this charge. And what you're going to end up with, a situation where a lot of tradesmen are going in, they say that it's going to increase their cost by about £3,000 every year just because of this charge. Disgraceful. I really do think it's disgraceful. Let me know what you think about this. I think it's going to get forced through. I think it will happen, no matter whether we like it or not, with many other things. And what makes me curious is, will it divide the city up into areas? Because there's a lot of fighting about this as well. I mean, I read that Croydon were actually saying, no, we're not doing it. We'd quite happily get into a court dust up over this. So it's going to get messy. Again, let me know what you think in the comments, and I look forward to reading them. Toodaloo.